Cancel.
Schweezy.
Okay, so here's a big announcement here. I'm trying out Apple Music for the first time. Now, I've been using Spotify. When I first discovered Spotify, I want to say it was 2011 is when I had it. 2010, 2011 is when I remember first getting Spotify. So that's when I've got it. And then I think I did like the free version, and I was still like downloading music, putting on like, and I still had an iPod at that point when iPods were like a normal thing to have, and before everyone just listened on their phone. And so mainly why, and then so I've been using Spotify, and then I've been basically had a consistent account until maybe like October, November of last year. I realized I was not using Spotify at all. And so, and I was just listening to music I like owned. And so I was just like, I'm going to pause my account for a while until I really need it. So that's the story on that. But then like a couple days ago, I was like, man, there's some music I didn't want to stream, And sometimes just, listening on YouTube or whatever, it can only get you so far. Especially because on like my computer, if I watch something or listen to something on YouTube, there's no ads. But because I cancel YouTube Premium too, I'm like, why am I doing this when I'm watching a lot of YouTube on my computer that has a built-in ad blocker? So I cancel YouTube Premium too. And but then a couple days ago, I was like, I'm gonna listen to music again. So I need to stream some music. And so I realized in my head, I'm like, I could renew my Spotify account, or I remember I have I still have the free trial of Apple Music. And I thought, hell, why don't I try it out? So I was like, from like now until like April, basically stream anything on Apple Music I want. So why not? Why not did I go ahead? Why not? I'll just go ahead and go for it. So I'm trying this out. So I want to like do this like sometime in April. I want to give my final, like at least I go through my free trial. I'll give my final thoughts on like what I really think in the difference, because like I said, I've been using Spotify for almost a decade, and so that, and then switching to Apple Music. So you're obviously going to see some big difference in between them. So here are my first impressions. Hopefully in April I will come back to this discussion, and I will tell you my final thoughts, at least on like a 3-month trial period. And if I decide to stick with Apple Music after my free trial, maybe we can do like a year later or whatever. We can do a year later. I'll give my final thoughts. So a really cool thing. So, I've been an avid Spotify user, and because I like Apple products, but then there's like some points where it's like, I don't want to be an Apple sheep. And then I have a Mac, I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, Apple Watch. And then it's like, oh, I'm going to use Spotify. It's like, that's where I'll cave. So... and I've used like Apple TV, and like this is where I'm going to cave. So here are my first impressions I have. First of all, sound quality has been loads better on Apple Music than it is on Spotify, because I know Apple has like the lossless form, which if you don't know, it's just higher sound quality, because MP3s, the reason why MP3s became popular in MP3 players, mainly because MP3s are a compressed format, so some sound quality, mumbo jumbo, stuff like that. I'm going to just trying to like sum it up for someone to make sense, like explain it to a 5th grader or whatever. When you like compress a file, because at the end of the day, like digital music, it's all files, and so like you notice, like when you do compression, some good qualities of a file go away. A lot of like pictures, like JPEGs, like sometimes like the more you screenshot something, that sometimes it can get worse and worse each time. Kind of similar to that. It's more compression on the file. Just you lose some things that are there. The reason why the MP3s are popular is because they're a really compressed format, and so the file sizes are a lot smaller than say a file like a WAV or AIF. I believe Apple uses AIF. I don't know what the exact file size. So like a lossless file size is gonna be a lot bigger than an MP3. So and typically in my mind, I've always been when like working on music, never do it in MP3s. But then like when you bounce it, it's okay to listen to MP3s. And for a while there, if the bit rate was high enough on an MP3, you weren't really gonna notice too much, but I think maybe Apple lossless could be changing that really well. I know Tidal was pretty big on high quality music streaming too, but apparently people are really hating like the whole service right now. So, in regards to like the audio files out there, I think they maybe Apple Music may be the best choice right now. You may hate Apple, but this might be a good thing. I know there's like some controversy with their AirPod Pro Max or whatever, because I don't know if those like support lossless, but I will get back to that in a little bit. I just want to say a couple more thoughts on it. I'm not really a big fan of the layout of the app right now. I'm getting used to it day in and day out as I go through it, but kind of like the layout right now is just kind of annoying. And their playlists are way more terrible. Spotify has mastered the playlists. Like they have just mastered playlists. I mean, it might be hard for Apple to get on board with that, but yeah, playlist wise, Spotify has it beat. So, and it could just be user interface. I'm not used to it yet, so I'll notice that maybe when I get more into it, I'll maybe get better at it. But I guess I'm more used to Spotify's interface as well. And now, yeah, going back to headphones and stuff like that, is like how like Apple's headphones don't support lossless, even though that's their big selling point right now. And they expect you to kind of listen a lot with your AirPods. So it's really funny. So here's like what I've been listening to majority of my music on. I don't have anything with my vinyl setup, right? This is like more what I'm listening to Apple Music with. So one setup, this is like a speaker setup. It's basically my studio setup. So I have two KRK Rocket 5s. So I get like a good stereo image. These are like studio monitors. And then I have, from my computer, the sound card. I'm using an external sound card, which is what I use to record. You're listening to me record through it right now. That is my Apollo Twin. It's like a $700 interface right now. And it sounds really good. And I think you can hear, that's why this podcast always sounds really good, mainly because I'm using a really good interface. I'm using a pretty good mic too, FYI. So like that. So that's like my audio reference. And yeah, I can tell the difference with Apple Music and how much better it sounded. It's just everything. I don't think I want to get into that, but it sounds so much better. Now, when I'm using headphones, you can actually see these are the actual headphones I use. They're in-ears. I use these both as my live in-ears. Right now, I'm using them my live in-ears and as just my regular music and tracking and stuff like that. These aren't the best buds for mixing music on. So, like the reason why I like my monitors is because I like to mix music. I'm a mixer. I think that's one of my better specialties. And so the nice thing I like listening out of those is because I can get it's a good reference point for what this music needs to be sounding like. Because like when you mix, like you want to make your music, the quality sound like that on like the radio. It doesn't matter what music you make. The stuff that's on the radio, like go top 40. Anything of that is produced super well. And you want to make your music sound like that. So that's what I try to do.
This is the type of guy you get.
So but these headphones are a lot more like audiophile, like low, like cheaper, higher quality audiophile kind of headphones. And I got to say, you can find these on Amazon anywhere from $20, $25. And I got to say, these are the best sounding headphones I've ever owned in my entire life. So these are like the headphones I tell anyone to get. I mean, unless you like over the head headphones, these are the best. I love these headphones. I don't like it. I have great hair. I'm not going to ruin that for music. That's why I like these. And they go around your ear too. If you're watching right now, you can see that. So you can run and shake and stuff like that, and they won't fall out. Reason why I'm using wired headphones. Now, I have had AirPods. Unfortunately, I don't think they work anymore. They've gone through a wash. And one was just like really clogged up with earwax, and so you had to like take it in your mouth and like suck it out and listen to it, and then like get clogged up again. And it was just earwax, and I clean my ears frequently, so that's annoying. So if I want to get new AirPods, I'm going to get the AirPod Pros with like the silicone tips, kind of like how this is if you're watching the video right now. So those are the kind of one I like. So that way it kind of blocks out a lot of earwax that gets in there, like your soft earwax that gets in there. And I use a dirty adapter. One other thing why wired headphones are always going to sound better. At least right now, they're going to sound better than wireless Bluetooth headphones. Now, you can get a good sound out of Bluetooth headphones, and I'm not saying they sound like ass. Just saying, if you're going to get the best sound quality, they're going to be from wired ones. And I kind of like using wired ones now that everyone's more using like AirPods and stuff like that. I like to stay away from the crowd. And finally, the last speaker I use is this JBL Flip 3 that I've really worn in. It's basically something I keep in my shower. It's waterproof and leave it in my shower. One speaker on it like broke really bad, and maybe the other one might be right now, but I know I had to like resolder one on, and it was like, it worked with it, but it was also like too big. It wouldn't fit in the holes, so I had to like trim out the thing. It was a whole ordeal. But no, it works really great. It's a really great, like, portable, waterproof Bluetooth speaker. I use it as well for like checking mixes, because it's you kind of, when you mix music, this is for people who mix music, you want to check how the song sounds on like many different types of speakers. So like I'll throw it on my phone, obviously play it through that, play it on good headphones, play it in the car, play it, the speaker on the phone. So you kind of want to just see how it sounds everywhere, because the true sign of a good mix is that it sounds good on any speaker you have. Any speaker you have it needs to sound good on. That's a good sign of that. So, so that's what I listen to music on. Hopefully in April I will come back to all of you and give you a little update on, am I going to stick with Apple Music, or am I going to go back to Spotify, or maybe take a break from streaming music? We'll have to see. So, the adventure has just started, and we have a long way to go. Hey, you just finished one of the many, many highlights from Cancel Schweezy. We got plenty more on the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you like what you just watched, go ahead and smash that like button as well. Go subscribe for more, so we can teach you how to be a better human in our world. So, stay awesome.